Whew. I'm just gonna continue because okay, I didn't realize I was like right at the end. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Were we not in court 4? Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Fortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as a courtroom bomber. And that's where trial number 1 comes in. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. We managed to clear Miss Wood's name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tonade. Ted Tonade. That's such a stupid fucking name. December 19th, 3:21 p.m. Right? Anything agency. Apollo's a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yep, poor guy, being attacked by Tonade like that, on top of all his other injuries. Apollo's resting in the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. You must miss him too, huh? Nigel don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly, and he'll be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. Alright, enough of this, people. There's no time to be moping around. Now, dry those eyes, both of you. Bitch, you're the only one who's crying, Athena. Technicalities. Look, we have work to do. We have to take over. Take what over exactly? Apollo Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Pops? He hasn't really fallen, he's still alive, but... Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? We're gonna be running the whole way. There she goes. I should probably go catch up. Take her to the office, Trucy. Sure thing. I'm not calling you daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill my magic panties for you. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. Oh, she's back. Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, documents, my bag. Someone can forget everything, bitch. I can always count on Athena for that too. Alright, you two. Be careful out there. Okay, so now this is the present. After the bombing thing and an apology. Okay. December 19th, Detention Center, visitor's room. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. So famous even I've heard of him. That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited, man. Wow, that was the longest I've ever heard. Paul told me all about you. You're Phoenix, right? Paul's mentor, right? Yeah, that's right. There's a nice ring to it. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Right, and I have got you covered. And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean, other than at your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My mistake. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same with my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. trying to defend it would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Jesus, he's gotta stop depressing himself. True, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, nothing you said about entering the stratosphere. That just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right? Like shooting stars, huh? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars. Guess I should have mentioned the fact that shooting stars burn out in the flash. Ah, yeah. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. To the stratosphere and beyond. To infinity. And yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? I suppose so. Let's get down to it. What do you think about this? The evidence is gonna get me convicted. No, it's my attorney's badge. I'm hoping to reassure you that we're here to defend you. Evidence isn't just for prosecution. We can help prove a person's innocence too. That's a positive spin on things. I thought that was common knowledge. So you have no memory at all of the incident. I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula. Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial? You got it all wrong. I told them during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear. It is true that I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know. Oh, the so-called HAT-1 miracle? That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. That launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. You feel like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know. But the tranquilizers were found in your system. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. Well, if you didn't take them, then maybe somebody sold them to you. Exactly. That's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it. Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. Yeah, I'll say. They even had to plant your pins on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like, about the murder weapon, for example. A knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work on machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. So as I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kinds of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought it was fucked. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs in the freezer. No wonder they dubbed that HAT-1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back. Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on and on forever, and ever, and ever, without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone. With nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. Experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. Fuck yeah, that's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. It kind of gave me the chills. What's the experience you had? Weren't you dreading this mission? What? No, wait. Of course not. Even now, I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity, escape velocity, and spin around weightless. But you have to admit, it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is a man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, eh? Because there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, this dude's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. Excuse me. So the victim, Clay Tarrant, he was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like math or penance or anything like that. But Clay did think of these as a mentor. The mentor and the protege. What a combination it must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah, it's funny really. Whenever I heard him shout, "You're fine!" I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. You're fine. Apollo says I'm fine, and you're fine all the time too. And I always feel encouraged too whenever I hear him shout it. Yeah, Clay and Apollo are best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, ever since they were high school kids. One day, out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. He was doing around the Space Center so much, they were like a part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a little bit. And the two of them took turns shouting, "You're fine," over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So, I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? Check out Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Sorry, but I can't begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said that dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows. You're fine. Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything's gonna be alright. Huh? And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Wright, you too. Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you! Phoenix Wright is fine. We'll get you back into space, yeah, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence, and have faith in us. What the? Was his hair always red? Or am I just tripping? Apollo believes in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll have my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is not guilty verdicts. Sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Alright, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Alright, bet. You're not gonna move me there? That's cool. December 19th. Cosmos Space Center entrance. Wow. I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. It looks like an amusement park of the future. Yep. Did you know they even let the public see the rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entrance way. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going. Gyaxa, huh? Is that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? Yeah, but why the strange acronym? I mean, what does GIA supposed to stand for? Galaxy? If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA, or even Gaia. I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction? Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead. What in the world? Oh boy. He's not the murderer at all. Jeez, who the hell is this geezer? What does he want? Look upon me, and well, behold the great power of space science. Excuse me, but you are? My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the murderer, I mean the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos. Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. This person's Space Center director. Then, that means... so, you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you? And who was the first to find a victim? Actually, there were two of them. Space Center director, your Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm. That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But let's talk of the incident. Are you by any chance the space police? You can't tack the word space onto just any old thing, you know. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. Oh, and we're Earth's lawyers, by the way. Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now, go ahead. Have at it. I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or he'll see what trouble really is. Well, just be professional and ask him about where he found the body, alright? First I'm gonna do is show my badge, cause... Okay, nothing. It's cool. What the hell is this music? So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center, specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going. For the sake of mankind. I'm pretty sure I used the word specifically in my question. Attention all personnel. To your break stations. Prepare for break. Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner. That is exactly right, because I am an important man. My manner is important. Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Well, that'd be some people like that here in the boundless expanse of space. What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me important, specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of that HAT-1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it. I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. So, could you tell us about what you know about the incidents from the other day? I refuse. What? Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the center of the cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in this courtroom. What? So, does that mean you'll be taking a stand tomorrow? That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Well, let's at least try to ask about the things will open up, not open up, So, the HAT-1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, right? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well, I will impart you to the complete story of the HAT-1 project. Oh, thanks. HAT-1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the HAT-1 reached its planned orbit. I know it's HAT-1, but it sounds cooler when you use that acronym. From where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the HAT-1 returned safely to Earth. That struggle was when the incident known as the HAT-1 miracle occurred. Oh no, that was Athena. Correct. And it was truly a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back from the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the sample due to everything that has occurred. Well, this puts our space development program ahead of other countries by several years. That's pretty impressive. I guess this guy isn't as loud mouth as a bigger braggart as after all. In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. That is the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. A moon rock, huh? Remember that being big? Our endeavors with the moon rock lives on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos. I hear there's a lot of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all civilization. It's like we're on a new space race with every other country out there. What? Bite your tongue. It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it. Guess even the space program has to watch its budget. Absolutely. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Dina. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd brush up for this case. Really? Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm a very busy and very important man. Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage! That thing was surprisingly fast. Well, guess we make it going too. You bet. Let's make it so. Have I showed her my badge yet? My deciding was pretty good on me, don't you think? To do well. Do I think I need presents too? I should not be expecting a little too much from one tiny little badge. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center, boarding lounge. So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered. Yeah, this is a lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now we're in the main building here, on the right side, the 3rd floor. Claim Mr. Starbuck fled here from Launch Pad 1 after the explosion. You there, no admittance without express permission. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We've come to investigate. Sorry, nobody gets in without permission. Not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me. So Detective Fulbright is here, eh? Yes, he's in Launchpad 1 quarter. Go get clearance from him, and then we'll talk. Leave it to me. I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. What trick should I use on today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. Get to Launchpad 1 corridor. We just have to go through that door with the blue locket on it, I think. Wait, that door. It looks awfully familiar. That's the thing in the picture. That's the one with the fingerprint sensor. Good eye there, boss. This is the door claimed Mr. Starbuck used during our escape pod from the launch pad. Oh, that's right. The firmware system hasn't been deactivated, so I think we just passed through. Come on, let's go. Alright. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center, Launchpad 1 corridor. What did I say? Even in space, safety first. So this is it, huh? This is the corridor that 2 has been used to for their escape. Yep, this is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. I see police tape down at the other end. Guess I'm looking at the launch pad. After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been full of smoke. The launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. It must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? He seems to be lost. That's funny, this corridor is a straight shot. Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people. Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing? Well, we're here to investigate the scene, same as you. You got any answers to share? Well, if he acts that all roads can give us information, I'll beat the brakes off him. Got it? Are you trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? Info on the case, huh? Alright, I'll gladly share some with you. Huh? What just happened? Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me. You info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today. I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we need information, so what's wrong with it? If you say so. Detective Fulbright, could you give us some permission to investigate the crime scene? There's an officer on guard and he's being a bitch. What the hell should we do? That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it. A month even. Shall I have some stacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. No, that's alright. But thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. Like the Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. Sickeningly sweet. It's kinda gross actually. You think he hit his head or something? Who knows? Whatever the case, making our lives way easier. Fuck me. Just do it. Just do it. Whew. Yes, well, you know us. To serve and protect. Ha 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 ha. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. You've given out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course. A bomb went off in the second floor of the main building. Right after that, the one over in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? That's right. There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like. So where were you when the first bomb went off? I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite a madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way. Then how the hell did you get down there? No, we lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, like a fire escape. So it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too, and headed for the shelter. What an ordeal. But climbing down an emergency ladder sounds kind of fun. Well, thanks for your answers, Detective. They're very helpful. Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay? Wow, Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash, too. Well, never mind that. Ha ha. I thought you should know that there was a witness. Yeah, there's the detective and the director. Whoa, can you tell us more about this witness? Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge. So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside. That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though. You don't, but it's the most important thing of all. Don't you worry. I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee, eh? Alright. Thanks for the info, Big Dick. My bad, he's not Big Dick. Just detective. Geez, you're being a little too cooperative. Yes, well, actually, something can't talk about? Yes, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. What the hell is that all about? Something's definitely going on. I'm gonna get it out of him next time I see him. Okay then. Not sure we'll talk about it though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center boarding lounge. Ah, you two. Detective Fulbright has granted you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks or give you a neck rub too if you'd like. Oh, that's alright, but thank you for the offer. Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Let's see. Where's that diagram again? So this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. According to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend. Well, it's up to recap and start looking for the traces of the third person then. You're in my mind, Athena. We'll make that first priority. There's just one problem though. This room... it's just so big. Don't worry. We can use this to help us. A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists? Yep. Picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge. A map of the entire... there's a whole map of the lounge. This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright. Now we're in boarding lounge. Oh yeah. That's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier. Okay. No more excuses, let's try something third person. Wait, there's one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window? Oh, boss. It's just a holographic image. Oh, yeah, I knew that. Whew, what a relief. There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. This list isn't pamphlet anyway. The only reason you're so eager to start so you can push that button, isn't it? And what's wrong with that? Let's look for the button while we're looking for clues. Yeah, alright, fine. Can I talk? Okay. Alright. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting to zero gravity. Oh, he has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just out-muscle me. Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there. It's kind of fragment. It's stuck in tight. So that's what the glint was all about. The color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. I think you're right, but if that's here, then Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So perhaps the Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must be wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Hee hee, way to go, Apollo. Okay. At first glance, it was like a peaceful landscape. But then there's that creature. Didn't the Hope probe go to some planet? Maybe this is what the surface looks like. I don't know. I think what made the news that they discovered a creature like that. It did quite a bit of news though, when the probe came back. Yeah, but the Hope probe didn't even go to a planet. It went to an asteroid. It's a big rock kind of thing. Even aliens can't live there. A window. It's right next to the holographic image too. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality. Way off. It says emergency ventilation. You know, clear smoke from a fire. See? It's pointing at the virtual insanity of reality. Oh. It's actually not important. Oh, I guess it wasn't a fire in here, so... That's a pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup ride. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anybody want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut that can't help zero G? I'm sure it's harder than it sounds. So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Well, let's check. Drumroll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them lefty, righty, and downy. People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know. Details, details. Anyway, take a look at this west door. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map Launchpad 1 corridor. So that's where we are. No, that's where we were with the detective. We also smoke after the explosion. Right. Next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signal communication, aka the control room. Right. Definitely has control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side. They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the space center. The space center, if you will. Because everybody starts talking to Director Cosmos after he's been here for a while. But it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the HAT-2 mission. So this control room is empty at the time. I've always wanted to see the inside of the control room. Yeah, since we're here. I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only the director can go through. That much security. I'm definitely not the one they're looking for to keep out, Tuna. So apparently the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies. Okay. Alright, what about the last door? This lower door, oh, excuse me, south door, it leads to the elevators. This is the door that we came through when we entered this room, right? Yep, of course, there was no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone. But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion. Right, exactly. Well, that's about it for the 3 musket doors of the boarding lounge. Thanks. Understanding the layout of this lounge helps us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go. Fuck, I forgot I could change the direction of everything. So this is where to discover Clay. Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo. So he was stretched out like this, and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos? That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contained asteroid samples. Oh, right. Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the HAT-1 launched. What would they look like? Do you think they'll let us see? Let's think about that after we solve the case, okay? I thought there'd be more to his body. Oof. I thought there'd be more to his body. We already looked at the doors, but look at it anyway. Let's see, this door is... Where's that pamphlet? Here we are. The door to the corridor that was Launchpad 1. Went through here. Yep. It's got the gauge now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. The thing beside the door is the finger recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. The notion of a third party in Launchpad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guarded by a fingerprint recognition device. But yeah, from the boarding lounge, but from the elevator, anyone can come through. And I made to say up front that there are a precious few with the clearance to do so. Then does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by this system? 1 second. But the number of outside personnel is supposed to be really small. Voila! Fingerprint powder. I brought it. No. No, don't make me do this shit. I found it at the office. I've been just itching for a chance to use it. Oh, wow. Way to think ahead. Let's test fingerprint. No, fuck. Don't make me do this. Got it. Now let's sprinkle some here. A little over there. And... Whew, oh, thank you. Did not want to do that shit. They had to do that shit in Apollo Justice. It wasn't bad, but it was just... Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Oh, it's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints they are. Although, I doubt we still guess to get the culprit's print on the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective 4 has some fingerprint data. Right, and there's security footage at this door too. Yeah, here it is. It kept recorded the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Ugh, because that'd be right before the murder, wouldn't it? But that's the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Dang, he's almost in too good of a mood today. Okay. Alright, let's continue. I wonder what this big knob is for. Big knob is for. It's like a big knob on a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the stories end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove will require a knob security like that? Well, the knob is straight up and down. So, if it was for a stove, the burn would be off. Right. If it was for a stove. Still, what was it really for? So I can turn on by a knob that's not a stove? How about a rocket engine? If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in. I guess what I can say for now is that there's some stereo knob. Here's a fingerprint recognition device. Nice for your hand on this one, hand marks. Well, I guess we could try. Now, to line my hand up with the outline. Don't, Athena! This thing's related to the case. Get your print all over that, and the next thing you know, you'll be named the suspect. I can be so cruel to a little girl like me. I'm not buying those tears I see. Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity's weak on the moon, so I bet I could do somersaults. We're still on Earth, remember. Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, don't jump too high. Then what good is this thing? Didn't I just say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Oops. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take the cover up then. Is that a bullet? What's this? Looks like a metal jelly bean. It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see. That'll make a caliber 10. Caliber refers to the diameter of the gun's barrel, right? Damn, okay, Phoenix. A gun aficionado here. Yeah, but I never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. Okay, so that's why I usually record at night. Anyways, this bullet must be for a special kind of gun. I bet if you tried finding a bullet this small within a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun. I wonder how the bullet even ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left, on the south door side of the room, according to the map. It's pretty far from where Clayton's body was. Maybe it's wasting thing to look here. Yeah, we detect a 4x to accidentally hand us the card we need. That's gonna be really important. I think that's it, right? Yeah. Okay, I think that's everything over here. I don't know. What's this? A trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robot throws the garbage off from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I hope they don't revolt like they do in the science fiction movies. No way. All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Okay, fuck me. Security camera. Security camera information escape. Oh, let's commemorate this occasion with the love and peace. If you're done now, can we move on? Yep, okay. But it's one more for the road. Peace. Very mature. Oh, a mirror. How thoughtful then to put one here. Thoughtful. So the ladies can fix their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know? You never know when you're gonna run into some other life form after all. I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. These are apparently oxygen capsules, like recovery after a training session. I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Huh? It didn't do a thing. Bitch, it's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. Something left in here? Oh, here we go. That's kind of hard to notice. Some kind of panel with 2 buttons on in here. Just push it. That's the variable pressable buttons. There's no such thing as the buttons left unpushed. Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared. Yep. No, that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can't find anything new to keep the image off. I doubt we can. The holographic image off the screen is completely black, which for some reason makes me think of losing an argument to Prosecutor Blacko in court. But at least it's got my brain revved up. I come up with my best ideas at times like these. I don't see anything new. Oh, what's this? Is that a spider web? Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. Oh, it's a bullet hole. Nice find, Athena. It's pretty big. Whoever fired this shot must have been using a pretty large gun. I think so. Based on my experience, I'd say it was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet anywhere? No. The police might have taken it, though. So a large bullet hole, but a small bullet. Welcome to the Space Center, guests. Welcome. Jesus, what in the hell? My name is Ponko. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one. I will guide you. It's a robot? I am not a robot. I am Ponko. Psychological observation and navigation companion. P-O-N-C-O. Ponko. Oh, glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Ponko, I've missed you. Huh? You know this, Athena? Oh, she, showed us around the last time I came here to Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. So very happy. Wow, a guide robot. It's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. I don't know you. Huh? Okay, geez, that hurt. Ah, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. Certainly, commencing guest registration. Please tell me your name. A nickname is fine too. His name is Phoenix. A bit old familiar, but I'll allow it. So why the hell did Maya ever call him Nick? I absolutely have no idea why he was called Nick. What? Oh, for Phoenix? That actually kind of make that actually kind of make wow. That actually would kind of make sense. Phoenix, let me take a good look at your face. Oh, sure. Registering. Facial registration sequence complete. We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix. Huh. Somebody's pretty cute. You said... Never mind, I'm not gonna... You made a friend, boss. Isn't that great? Phoenix, Athena, allow me to guide you. Right this way. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss. Go where? December 19th. Cosmos Space Center. Space Museum. Oh, wow. What is this place? Is that rocket real? Welcome, welcome. The Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Learn about the history of our nation's space development and the HAT-1 project. The rocket is just a replica, but is the same size as the real one. The Space Museum. Oh, here's on the map. Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launchpad 1. Okay. Ask me anything, I will explain. Sure. What do you gotta say about this? Wow. I guess it's a robot, I shouldn't have made that work. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see Rocket physical stuff. Maybe I should give it like a not robot voice. Nah, this is a replica of the HAT-1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly the real HAT-1 inside and out. Its little brother, the HAT-2, was supposed to launch the other day. Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled. Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out, check it out. There's a Polish jacket. Space suits, photos, newspaper articles. Let's come here again on a day off. Hey, what's this a photo of? Phoenix, that's the staff of the HAT-1 project. Oh, there's Starbuck. It looks so young, so different. Oh, and that's... What's up with you, know? Something wrong? Oh, no, nothing. I thought Starbuck looked really young too, that's all. Well, it was 7 years ago after all. So the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck is Clay Terran, the victim. So they were mentoring protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member. No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one from Solomon's old jackets. I see, makes sense. Clay would have been still in high school 7 years ago. He would look so happy. The Space Museum is great. With fantastic exhibits. This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor. Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead? There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of the budget cuts. Budget cuts, budget cuts. We need more money, money. We would record that kind of information to a guide robot. While it was in space, the HAT-1 launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from an asteroid and returned 5 days ago. And that's what Director Casa said too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed. And here it is, the Hope space probe. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Right, the capsule that Victor's carrying. I think it had the same logo. Might be. I think you could see in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Which give me some more info if I show it to her. Bet. Do it now before I forget. Paco, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right? Checking registered data. I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe. It contained the asteroid samples, right? Yes, it was designed to store the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in the safe in the Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed. Don't worry, Ponko. People in charge already know what happened. They do. I must ask them later. So the capsule has been kept in Launchpad 1, huh? And Q was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. Space Center staff must have been really excited to get finally the capsule back, but it had to pay this incident occurred before they got a chance to check the contents. Well, the police took its evidence, so I'll have to wait a long longer. The way the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you? Set up a launch pad? Coach has something like you here in mind. I want to know. Phoenix wants to know too. Great, now things got a case of the Ponko-itis. Hooray, I will tell you then. The rocket is built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along the launch pad over the rails. Okay. And brought into position at the launch pad site. No, just the launch site. Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how we could build it all. It is pretty cool. The guy said that suits an important place like the Space Center. Guess everyone's hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, right? That it is, but it can also be operated from the new command center too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to first be disengaged. I guess before a big move like that can be carried out, there are all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. What's the next one scheduled for? Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold. Right, because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet, which is pretty understandable. Well, when was the last time it was moved? Searching data. I'm sorry, that answer isn't in my enter database. I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. Well, certainly want to know all about the Space Museum. Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything as, very well. Whoops, you two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. It's because Ponko's so friendly. Well, what should we investigate next? Let's go and take a Fulbright. Right. Come again, don't forget to visit the gift shop. For Ponko. What a Dickensian life we are all forced to lead. Boarding lounge. No, not here. Here we go. December 19th, Cosmos Space Center, Launchpad 1 corridor. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? I just take it full right. Still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor. Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as he was then. Well, if he doesn't crop weight, then I'll just have to use my powers on him. You mean that lady distress bit? So, we found a bolt hole in the wall at the crime scene. You did? Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Detective Arm? That's right, a warning shot for the defendant. Was it really such a high-threat situation that she needed to do that? I'm afraid I don't know the details, with what Detective Arm gone and all. But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together. We already know Detective Director Cosmo will testify, so tomorrow we'll be out what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course. I hope it goes down easy. So, Detective, we'd like to run a comparison of some prints we found in the boarding lounge. Yes, I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to the case. I can always make another copy for myself, though it's all yours. Consider it a gift. This is quite a bit of data. Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though. Whoa, you got Apollo my prints. You even got all the prints for all the robots. I didn't even know they had prints. So Blackwell said to dig deep. Probably didn't bother to ask how deep. Clay's finger was on here too. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity after all. I still can't believe he took off his glove to get his fingerprints. Yes, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important in this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose print we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's print did get past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture. It might come in handy. Isn't this just a photo of the launch pad of one door? Yep. Our prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason. Huh. What's so important about it? Beats me, but boy, you could see gears in his head go hyperdrive of it. This gonna be playing attention tomorrow. Looks just like a normal picture to me. Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss. Right. Alright, do you think you can run the test for us right now? You just leave it to me. And justice we trust. Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door. He must have opened it when they went to go to board the rocket. His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then. Okay. That's it, right? So what do I do now? Oh, present the security camera footage. Bet. So, detective, that's the security footage that was taken by the boarding lounge one camera. Oh, that footage. Go ahead and ask you anything you'd like about it. Is there any way I could see a little more of the part just after this? Easy as pie. I'd be glad to show you. Here we go. Huh? The screen went blank. Yes, apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point. Ha. Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? The video ends immediately there. Something definitely seems to be up with you, detective. You're unusually cooperative. Well, I just figured if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right? But it seems like something has really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that. What? We're doing this again? It has been a while. But those are absolutely psych locks. Huh? Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about? No. Psych lock is a system of locks on the secrets of a person's heart. I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this magitama. I think evidence can break those locks and reveal any secrets they're hiding. But, Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you off for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to. I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud, it really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago, but I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. I can use magitama by pressing X. It's not. The reason why I didn't like the magitamas was because like you could like run into a magitama and you didn't know when you'd have the evidence you would needed for it. But now they made like investigating a lot easier, so I think this part should be more bearable. I think you're hiding something, detective. So why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Why did we wait till this late in the game to introduce it though? Man, this dude is really nagging me. This is probably the issue so torn up over. Absolutely love. I bet I know what's been bothering you. You're troubled by love. What? How did you know? I put my pet carp Love into my goldfish, and the next thing I knew, all the little goldfish were gone. Love had eaten them all. My poor little goldfish teeth. Oh, I love you so. This love really can cause a lot of heart again. Anyway, I bet this is the issue so torn up over. Alright, probably justice. I don't understand what's been bothering you, detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosion occurred, everything was just fine. Is that a fact? Yep. Peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone was in a happy tune as they did their job. You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch. I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claim it as long as this exists. Like, dude, what? Evacuation report? Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight they even brought in a special task force. I'd probably describe that as a relaxed guard detail. Gone. Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail. Yeah, as versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that's true. But I think it's very strange that this person would be a part of that detail from the outset. Don't you, Candace?
Take that!
Detective Vaughn specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew there was a possibility that bombing would occur. You got me, Mr. Right. Hooray. Oh my god. Yes, oh my god. Why am I trolling? Why? What? I don't remember this part. Bro, let me... What the hell? You're doing the whole thing again. Okay. Alright, I concede. You win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing. But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of this threat. But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed? Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it? So, how was the warning delivered? By phone and directed to Director Cosmos. But the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps. That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset. It's not only that, I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well. Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure he had a lot of difficulties. That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court. Me too. The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know. Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules. Screw that. What are rules with things be broken, right? Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. Yeah, no shit. So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering about it. So, you weren't told why either? No, I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder. Yeah, I would have to have. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still. 7 years past? Phantom A. I don't know friendly variety either, I gather. So this phantom of 7 years past, you have any idea who or what he's talking about? Not a clue. But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. But wait. He thinks there may be a connect. He thinks they may be connected to this case? Yup. This case has way too... Oh yeah. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very Space Center too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone. So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this case is the work of a phantom? Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago. That's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this phantom Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. I can see why he'd think that. This incident in the phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past. It's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. So, this might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is a phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all. The prosecutor appears ready as well.
Silence.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet. Huh? Yeah. No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbucks is his phantom. but I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to them, which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck, and that's not real justice. I've always trusted in Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now, but this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. Ever seen Detective 4 by so tormented? This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry, that's exactly what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to be rooting for your team this time. But don't tell him that. You have to promise me you won't. Oh, Detective Fulbright. I guess what's wrong about you? I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only one who can stop him in court. You really care what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective? Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like you want to get to work either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging about the Space Center entrance a little while ago. Really? Let's go find her, right? Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust on 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later. Ha ha. And there he goes. Wait, are we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too? Let's see that witness now. Okay, Space Center entrance it is. December 19th, Cosmo Space Center. Entrance. It's supposed to be around here somewhere. Hello, hello. Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot. Hello. Come over here. What the hell? That's kind of creepy. Hello, hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I am Clonko. Shall I guide you? Guide you... I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around? Oh, she was part of the team, the launch team from the miracle thing. Again, I've had it with you, hunk of junk. Gah! I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen? Okay, welcome back, Hunk of Junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I'll put you on a curb trash on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5-degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm thinking right, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. Aura Blackwell? I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be? And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk. My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clonko. That's me, Miss Aura. Quit complaining. Your model number is Paco 2. Yeah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonko. Quit your squawking already. No, what are you doing? No, don't. There. I bet you won't be talking back now. Yeah, I will obey completely. Jeez, very much why is I cross with this one? Did I show her my attorney's badge? I wouldn't tell a lawyer like you. Gee, thanks. So your last name is Blackwell. Do you have a relative in the legal profession? You are correct. Simon Blackwell, who used to be a prosecutor, is... Shut up. Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon's my little brother. You know him? Yeah, we met in court a few times. Right, Athena? What a dull creature. Has the switch been turned off? Athena being shy. This is new. Oh yeah, I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk? Yeah, Miss Sora, that hurts. I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless piece of shit? Well, Miss Sora, you told me to only speak when you ordered me to speak. I told you never talk back to me. You're as more as scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Wackle family life must sure be interesting. Well, got any questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. Sure. So, you're the person who witnessed this incident. That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building, in the robotics lab. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder, like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used the ladders in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best just to humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor, boarding lounge 1 window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. Okay. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? There's no time to just nod and repeat. So you saw into the 3rd floor lounge. The very scene of the crime. That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in the left hand, and a knife in the right. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window. Okay. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yes. I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and it happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else that could have any distinguishing features? I already told you it was pitch black in there. Although, I didn't notice that the lighter the person had in their left hand was a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had a good taste in knickknacks anyway. An Earth emblem on a lighter? I should probably remember that. Well, thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with this. Ha ha ha. Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath. Excuse me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry, I just detest lawyers, that's all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. Well, that didn't make me feel much better, actually. So, why do you hate lawyers so much? Little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in its first place. Well, I absolutely do not agree. I mean, people aren't perfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey you, look alive there! Yeah, yes, here I go! I am the ultimate robot. It's amazing that I can grasp and vacuum and human under pressure. We roll through the rule. Now it's time to withdraw the blood mass kind of. Alright, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away. Yeah. Huh? What was I doing? Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them the way you want. Unlike humans, with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about, that's what makes us human. Well, the girl finally talks, and she starts being a bitch. That's what makes us human. You mean getting angry and sorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch your boss? Relax, Dina. Huh. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, How can I possibly trust the legal system? So, she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system. What in the hell happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see the killer brought to trial. Because I'd much rather kill them myself. You can't be serious. Huh? That thing you're wearing around your neck. Oh, this. Around the thing's neck? Does she mean widget? Oh, I get it. Well, well. Her Royal Highness has returned at last. To her castle? Her royal what? Is she talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be at the Star Witness in court tomorrow, right? With Cosmos? Yeah, that's right. You poor things. You better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the center has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I— what the hell? So why should I care? What? That's it? No friendly tips? No good luck, guys? Just splendid. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, Hunger Junk. It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Dana? You seem a little down. I just can't believe she said all those things. Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying to not let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. You mean that whole dark age of the law shit? So sick of hearing about that. Well, all we can really do is believe in what we're doing. Yeah, you're right, boss. Maybe it's time to go back to this Mr. Topic. Bet. We should tell him about the bullet and Mr. Blackwell's statement. Miss Blackwell's statement. December 19th, Detention Center, Visitor's Room. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Not necessarily. We found a new witness. A researcher saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're gonna let me go? Fortunately, it was dark and she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never aligned just right, too. But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. A lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Yup, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all will be a help. So please, tell us what you remembered. I thought I was unconscious the whole time. But now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge. Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good, good. What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge, so it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. Dark shadow. What's it been? The third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. Even more help than you know. If we can prove that there was this third person at the scene, and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared out of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something going now, and that's a big plus. Should probably type the evidence up a bit, or someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Thank you. Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm starting to starving. Let's go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance. Someone who's highly empathetic. You could sure be surprisingly unsympathetic. December 19th? Right, anything agency. So you find your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully they'll give us a fighting chance in court. Once we can find out who this third person is. Most of them to eat. Starving. My vote's for Eldon's Noodles. Oh, Apollo. What you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet. My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around. Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here. Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me. Apollo. Bro, stop. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it. I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic. An IV isn't a cure-all, dumbass. Anyway, just tell me how the case is going. You got any progress? A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think it must be the real killer. A suspicious figure, eh? Alright. I thought you'd be happier than that. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that. Okay. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? That's right. Best friends in junior high. Sounds like me and Junie. So, what was Clay like? Well, he was full of compassion and energy, and he had a really loud voice. If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you break a few windows. You know, I bet you're right. Seems like only yesterday. Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He was going to be an astronaut, and to be a lawyer. We talked well into the night, and even then, we never grew tired of it. Apollo, so about that jacket. Oh, it's Clay's. I knew it. It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the HAT project. He was finally able to get one of his own, since he was selected for the HAT-2 mission. He always looked so proud wearing it. But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it, it's not fair! Damn, everyone's shook. Hello, I really hope you don't try to carry the burden all alone. I guess we were both unlucky. My debut was a disaster. I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of starts. That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he said. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too. I couldn't become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today. You're fine, huh? Oh my gosh, this "I'm fine" shit. Is it? You're fine and I'm fine, like your catchphrases, weren't they? Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard. Mom. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either. Huh? I always think everybody else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine. And then, you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine. Alright, Clay, now it's your turn. Okay. Clay Terran is fine. There you go. Now we're both fine. Ha 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 ha. We're fine. We're fine. Ha 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 ha. What are you laughing about? Ha 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 ha. See, we're fine. You asked first. Ha 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 ha. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. We're all fine. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I sure hope I don't die. As a teenager going in space. Thanks, Apollo. When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. And as long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed. As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar? If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I'd keep up the fight. Clay called Starbuck his mentor. I looked up to him. I wonder if I could be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck. Sorry, right? But I'll be taking a leave of absence. What? Wait, what do you mean by leave? You're really serious? Can you at least give me a reason why? When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself. But that's our goal too. Yeah, I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth. The truth, huh? That's a noble cause. But what if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different? I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo? I'm going to catch the person responsible for taking my friend's life. In my own way. Take good care of Miss Stark for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye. Goodbye? Did he just say goodbye? I sensed a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him. And also, suspicion. He's not walking out on us like this. I'm gonna go beat his ass. Wait, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we should arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo. Yeah, you're right. Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, alright? If he were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. To be continued.